Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something that affects every single decision you make: cognitive biases. These are the secret shortcuts your brain is taking all the time. And trust me, they shape your reality in ways you probably don't even see.
So let's just kick things off with a huge question. Why do incredibly smart people so often do things that, looking back, seem totally irrational? Well, the answer isn't about intelligence. It's about being human. These little mental glitches, they're universal. They're practically baked into our brain's operating system.
Okay, so what exactly is a cognitive bias? It's not just a random mistake, you know? It's a systematic, predictable pattern of thinking that steers us away from a purely logical judgment. So think of it this way. It's not really a bug in your brain's software. It's more like a built-in feature that was designed for speed, not always for 100% accuracy.
So here's the game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to look at why these shortcuts even exist. Then we'll dive into 4 huge problems our brains are constantly trying to solve, and we'll look at a classic bias tied to each one. And then at the end, we'll talk about what we can actually do to outsmart our own minds.
Right, so this is absolutely the key point. Our brains didn't just develop these shortcuts, they're often called heuristics, for no reason. They were a survival tool. They helped our ancestors make split-second decisions in a world that was just full of information and threats. So really, they aren't bugs, they're features that evolved to solve some pretty fundamental problems.
And here they are, the big 4. First, there is just way too much information flooding our senses at any given moment. Second, we had this deep need to find meaning in all that chaos, to make sense of the world. Third, we just don't have time to sit and think about every little thing. We need to act fast. And finally, number 4, we can't possibly remember everything, so our brain has to pick and choose what's worth storing. Pretty much every single bias we have is a mental shortcut that helps solve one of these problems.
Let's dive into that first problem: information overload. I mean, think about it. Your brain is getting hit with millions of bits of data every single second. It can't process it all. It just can't. So it has to filter, right? It focuses on what it thinks is important. And that filtering, well, that's where things start to get interesting.
And a perfect, and I mean perfect, example of this filtering is confirmation bias. This is our brain's natural tendency to go looking for proof that we're already right. It's like putting on a special pair of glasses that only lets you see the facts that support what you already believe, while making all the contradictory stuff totally invisible.
Come on, you've totally felt this, right? When you're searching for something online, which links do you click? The ones that look like they're gonna agree with you. Or when you're in an argument, you latch onto the points that prove your side, and you kind of just brush off the rest. That is confirmation bias in the wild. It's a handy shortcut, sure, but it's also how we get trapped inside our own echo chambers.